Jag minns ju den tid du gav mig life billar, yo. Nu vill jag kunna ge tillbaka allt jag inte kunnat ge förut. Det finns ju ingen annan där som kan stå här by my side, oh why. Sättet du rör på det får mig att dö för det, baby. För de här yardis, de vill ju bara dra ner oss. Men du är fett och vanlig. Och det jag lägger all min tid och jag vill ha det. Du får mig känna safety. Det kan nog leda, baby. Och jag kommer aldrig ändra mig. Aldrig kommer aldrig känna så här för någon annan än det. Aldrig kommer aldrig känna så här för någon annan än det. Varje gång jag bak på det, jag tänker vilket kap jag har gjort. Jag skulle gå tillbaks i tid, göra om allt igen och förstå. Ser det som ett allt, det är dig jag vill wifa. De här yardis, de vill ju bara dra ner oss. Men du är fett och vanlig. Och det jag lägger all min tid och jag vill ha det. Du får mig känna safety. Vi kan nog leda, baby. Och jag kommer aldrig ändra mig. Kommer aldrig känna så här för någon annan än det. Aldrig kommer aldrig känna så här för någon annan än det. Jag vet det bara life om igen. Jag vet det bara ta sin tid. Jag vet det bara life om igen. With me, please. Jag vet det bara life om igen. Jag vet det bara ta sin tid. Jag vet det bara life om igen. Stay with me, please. Du lägger till, du är där för mig. Jag svär mitt liv kretsar runt dig, baby. Du bär på mina bebek så allt när jag visionerar vår framtid. Låt mig hålla dig, baby. Hey, yeah. Kommer aldrig känna så här för någon annan än dig. Aldrig kommer aldrig känna så här för någon annan än dig. Jag vet det bara life om mig.
from your bottle, baby, calling it wasted love, wasted love. I can't get enough of my baby. I'ma be wasted love, wasted love. I'm spilling liquor on the carpet, on the couch. I feel it dripping from my mouth. Drinking from your bottle, baby, calling it wasted love, wasted love.
What's going on? What's going on? We're back.
Yes. I cannot say what's wrong or right.
No.
It's not hard to fool me. No. 'Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah.
Shout out to the CIA.
I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading.
You know how we do, people.
I follow.
In the chat room. Age, city, gender, let's get it. 'Cause I'm fine no matter what. Age, city, gender. Naima, what's going on, hot yips? Hot lips in the house, hot lips in the house. You know, let me check. I want to make sure we got this right. Clap, clap, clap. Ooh, 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 we are back. Boy, guess when you start talking about stuff, folks get a little testy. Oh well. They're gonna be real salty after tonight. Gonna be real salty after tonight. Salty like a praline, like a saltine cracker. If you're uncompetitive as a man, if you're not successful as a man, if you are cheap, you're a crybaby, you might want to go get you some. You might want to miss this show. You got a lot of issues. With that provider mindset, you might want to just get on, skedaddle, get on, get at her. We're in the house, and the house is packed. We are back to another episode of whatever the name of this show is. Whatever the name of this show is, here we go. All right, so this is going to be a classic. That's right. This is going to be a classic because the gloves come off tonight, and I need to let you guys understand why. The show title was going to be Old, and I wasn't going to spell H-O-E-S. It was going to be spelled H-E-A-U-X. Old, Those, and Tricks. That was what the subject was going to be about because it's amazing how often I'm starting to hear nameless, faceless, supposedly productive, high earning, guys who are just say some of the craziest things when it comes to money and the opposite sex So before we get into it, understand something. Tonight, I'm going to be talking. I'm going to have a dual track conversation. One, I'm going to have a conversation in general, and then I'm going to still have the conversation for the men that I target on my channel. Yeah, I'm going to keep targeting the successful men, the high value men, the Henrys, high earners, not rich yet, the hit squads, the Henrys in training. Yeah, I'm going to keep talking to those guys. Image consultants aren't needed for average, regular, everyday guys. Sorry, they're just not. So you got a problem with that? I don't know what to tell you. But I got no issue with you being here. But just understand where you're at. In my business, it is the guys who are in the top 10, top 15% or so of earners who tend to become my clients, because those are the guys that tend to be successful. Self-made men, not guys who were born into money or a trust fund. I'm talking about guys who had to get it out of the mud, guys who had to make themselves something. Mama was a this, daddy was a that, all the worst parts of the 8 Mile soundtrack, and guys who have become something. Those are the guys I target. A lot of my colleagues who are image consultants don't even deal with people in the quote unquote middle class, because middle class people have no need for an image consultant. It's just not how it goes. And when I came over here, and BGS Itmore asked me to make a video about changing Lawrence, the character on Insecure Lawrence, from whack to Mac, I said, sure. And now we're over here. Here's the thing, guys. All I ask is we keep the engagement levels over 50%. And right now we're under. There's 1,700 people watching. We got 600 likes. All right. So if we don't get the likes up, you will hear this song. You don't want to hear that song in its entirety, you need to get the likes engagement percentage up over 50%. Why is this important? Well, like anything else on YouTube, because people can be nameless, faceless, and people can just say some of the most crazy, ill stuff I've ever heard of in my life. I've actually heard men say, even past the Tom Likas rule. Tom Likas, for you don't know him, look him up. Tom Likas, famed radio disc jockey in the 90s and early 2000s. And he came up with Likas 101. And it basically said this, that, seeing as though modern dating has changed so much, guys would be smart not to invest a lot of money on a first date with a strange woman. I wholeheartedly agree for the average guy. I wholeheartedly agree for the average guy. But who am I talking about today? I'm not talking about average guys today. What I'm talking about is men who are quote unquote successful or success goal oriented. Not regular guys, not average guys, guys who are throwing their name in the hat and saying, I want to be a top man. I want to be in the top 10% of earners, top 10% of my profession. I want to be a mover. I want to be a shaker. That's who I want to be. And that's what I have to ask the question for a lot of these guys. And the question is spending any money on women considered tricking? Now, let's look up the definition of tricking. Because for those of you who don't know, this is pretty unique to the African American community. So we're going to get the proper definition. And if anybody owns an iPad iPad Pro 2020, let me know what you think of it in the description. I think I'm going to grab one because it'll make my job a little bit easier. The meaning of tricking. All right. Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary, tricking. That's not what it is. So basically, trick is from the street culture. It was a lady of the evening's date. He's a trick. He's paying money for her services. Okay. And that word has evolved and taken on all kind of different meanings to basically let some guys tell it spending any money on any woman at any time makes you a trick. I've actually heard men with a straight face say that a married man spending money on his wife and kids is tricking. So here's the thing. All right. And here's the thing. I'm not going to take on a global conversation. Here's because the question I need to ask is, what value, if any, does a woman provide a successful man outside of sex? What is a woman's value to a successful man? That's the question. What is a woman's value to a successful man or a man who's success oriented, goal oriented? You know what? Successful and high value are synonymous, but they're not the same. You can be successful and not high value. And you don't have to like it, but as long as I'm driving a high value train, I'm gonna define it the way I've talked about it. And for those who don't remember what high value is, let's go get a crash course, shall we? You're making $1,000. You're making $10,000 a month. That's where the money starts. You made that money for at least three to 5 years, preferably 5 years. That's where it starts. $10,000 a month. And that's Atlanta dollars. Let's go ahead and get that adjusted so we can refer to it as necessary, because I'm starting to hear more people mention my name and straight up lying on me. So I want you guys, if you hear them say my name and talk about high value, you need to point them out. You need to stop saying my name and go back to the video, because there it is. Group acceptance. Here's the beautiful thing about being high value. You can be high value just by being accepted by the group. Oh, there's tricks in this high value thing. See, that's when I start talking to the younger guys, the guys who are 18 to 30. How to become first generation high value? Well, there are tried and true ways. And number 3 is a big part of it. But here are the basic 6 points of high value. 1, the money component, $10,000 a month based on Atlanta dollars. You need to be making that money for at least 3 to 5 years. 3 years of scratch and service, 5 years consistency. Then number 3, group acceptance by other high value men. They see you as part of their group. They see that you already have it, or they see you have the potential and they say you're in the insiders club. A network of a high value men and then other people. Visibility. Your position and income are at least LinkedIn level. None of this crazy shady stuff. And then you have a visible life. You're not just sitting in the house, Scrooge McDucking it. You actually are moving and shaking. And then 6, utility. You're useful to others and the group. So that is what it means to be high value. So it's not all, but that's the beginning. So what value does a woman have to a successful man or a man who wants to be successful? And in the comments section, I'm going to be looking to see some of you guys' responses, because what I'm starting to hear from a lot of men is outside of sex, a woman holds no real value. All right. I laugh at that position. When I hear somebody say that, I just sit back and like, man, you must have been around some pretty crappy females. Because a man, in my opinion, should be CIA, confident, intelligent, and assertive. And a woman should be FBI, feminine, beautiful and inspirational. So if she's feminine and beautiful, the inspirational part is what helps a man go from being to greatness. I'm sorry. You can reach high heights as a man, but you are hard pressed to find consistent examples of great men that have not had a woman. I didn't make human beings. I didn't engineer us this way. Go do your own history. And this has been with us for a while. So now that we're in this whole unregulated mating and dating market, and everything's up for grabs, laissez-faire economics, hands off, everything's acceptable. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You can be 350 pounds and expect a millionaire. And okay, cool, great. But at the end of the day, what value does a woman have to a successful man? And see, one of the funny things is I look at a lot of the men that guys follow in these men's spaces, and I hear some of these men saying some of the most over the top things, RP things, but most men have long-term relationships. So apparently, even some of the most diehard of men's advocates see a value in one woman. But as we move on down the line, that's an even more complicated question, because that varies between man to man. Well, what value does a woman have to man? Depends on what that man needs. Depends on where that man is. And honestly, the woman's value is really dependent upon where he is in his on his purpose path. That can be set right there and said, it just depends. The woman you need at the beginning is nowhere close to being the woman you need when you're at the top. You can make that argument. So let's get to the broader question. When did spending any money on a woman become tricking? When did spending any money on a woman that you are dealing with become synonymous with tricking? And see, what I want to know is, what's that equivalent to in non-Black communities? Because I don't hear Brad talking about, if you take a woman out on a date, you're tricking. I've never really heard Brad say that. I've never heard Lee say, if you bought your girlfriend a gift, that you're a trick. I've never heard Ahmed or Enrique say any of these things either. So why is it that when we get around Keith and Marcus and them, that all of a sudden, if Keith or Marcus spends any money on a woman, taking her out, it's tricking? And here's another thing. Maybe it's just me, but rarely do I see men on Keith and Marcus's level calling them tricks for spending money on their woman. What I usually hear is guys who are several levels below these guys throwing stones up, saying, oh, you're tricking. Let's get into it. So now, today, dating is tricking. Again, for regular guys who are just average everyday guys, I understand it. I was even on Minister Jab's show, and I said, women in general have killed modern dating. But for high value guys, dating is most definitely not tricky. Dating is business, and business has a return on investment. See, dual track conversation. If you're a regular guy, yeah, you can say dating is tricky. But if you're trying to be one of these high value guys, if you're trying to get into that success lane, dating ain't tricking. Dating is an investment if you know what you're doing. Providing for your girlfriend, your woman, your wife. Well, providing for you, let me back it up. Providing for your wife and kids is tricking. Can we just go ahead and laugh that one completely off the table? When I hear a guy say that, I don't want to hear anything else he has to say. I've heard this countless times. And I would tell you, the men who I heard say that, we haven't really exchanged many words after that. I'm going to be honest. Outside of sex, what value does a woman have? What value do women have to men? And for regular guys, that's a different conversation. For regular, average, everyday guys, what value do women have outside of sex? We can take it either one or two ways, but I'm gonna say, ladies, don't be surprised if you hear not much, and you can't be mad at the men for not seeing value at the average or regular levels. That's your job, ladies. Your job at the regular or average level is to communicate to the regular or average guys what your value is. It's not for them to go find it. See, Wednesday when we talk about stop hiding value, see, a lot of you ladies feel like you're unprotected or uncared for, whatever, because you don't do a good job of marketing and selling your value. You expect somebody to come knock on the door. Wrong. So that's why, that's a big part of the reason why a lot of stuff is screwed up at the regular parts. But at the successful, the higher value levels, women have a purpose outside of sex. Oh, most definitely. Definitely. A woman is an investment. Like it or not, the word trophy wife, trophy girlfriend comes into play. And the looks of your woman, her body, her poise, sophistication, culture, all that matters. So does her background, her body count, her kids, all of it counts because they're looking at her as an investment. Yes, ladies, you're a trophy wife or a trophy girlfriend. Enjoy. That means you get to be held as like the prize. Like you like being the prize, so don't be upset being a trophy. Because at the end of the day, successful men don't complain about spending money. Successful men don't complain about spending money because they understand time is more valuable than dollars. Successful men spend money to get a return or an outcome. And they think about money and move differently than average guys do. So average guys, they got to look at the dollars. One, because they don't have as many of them as successful or high value men. No diss, but they just don't have as much. And they're wanting a fair deal. See, a lot of you guys thought I was going to come in here and start bashing regular average guys. No. See, what average or regular guys just really want is a fair deal. And a lot of you ladies have not done a good job of communicating what a guy gets. I was speaking to a woman last week. Actually, a couple of women over the last 3 weeks. And it amazes me how many women go out on dates today who can't even be bothered to put on makeup, perfume, or a dress. Oh, yes. What's going on, BGS? Oh, yes. It is amazing how many women I've heard of who honestly, and they're not bad people. It was just nowhere on the top of their mind. It was just like, well, so a guy wanted to take you on a date, took you on a date, had to pay for the date, and you didn't even show up as pretty as possible. See, he should have been allowed to make you pay for your meal because you didn't do your part. His part was to ask you out on a date and to pay because the person who asks pays. But it's your job to show up as pretty as possible. See, this is why a lot of times we talk about is spending any money on a woman tricking, because average guys, regular guys don't see a value because you ladies aren't showing value. If it was, you wouldn't be hearing this tricking stuff. I mean, maybe from some extremists, but in general, no. You wouldn't be hearing this trick and stuff. So, but let's talk about upstream. Let's get on into the high value man thing. Yeah. Is spending money on a woman tricking? Absolutely not. It's not. It's an investment. And it is up to high value men, it is up to successful men to understand how much they're willing to invest in a particular woman and what they expect to get out of it. I said this on Donovan Sharp's show. When we were talking about that man up in Ontario who was found to have to pay his ex-girlfriend who had no property, no children together, no legal ties. The court found that he was going to have to pay her $50,000 a month in alimony for spousal support. And originally they ruled it indefinitely, but then they came back and said, nah, just for 10 years. And that's what and we were going back and forth on the panel. I said, look, man, every man has a number in his mind. This woman is worth X, and we're going to get cold with it. We are going to get cold and calculated. Ladies, pay attention. There is a dollar value you are worth to a man. You don't think so? I want to take you back to the 80s and the movie Pretty Woman. Richard Gere was talking to Julia Roberts' character, and they arranged, they negotiated her fee for the weekend. Okay. She was a streetwalker, a lady of the evening, and Richard Gere, playing a character called Edward Lewis, needed a woman on his arm as an escort and company for the weekend, along with other things. So he stepped to her with a business arrangement. How much you get paid for a night? How much you get paid for your services? How much for a night? He's like, how much for the entire weekend? She said $3,000. He said, done. And she was like, hot dang. He's like, ooh, I'm going to, and she said there's something along the lines of, ooh, daddy, I'm going to treat you so good. And at the end of this weekend, you're not going to want to leave. He said, $3,000, 2 days. And at the end of the weekend, you will leave. Now, it was written to where she said, but I'm here now. But in the real world, that's how it would have ended. She was worth $3,000 for 2 days. Make no mistake, ladies, when you're dealing with successful men, businessmen, high value men, there is a number that you are worth. At the beginning, and as the relationship moves on. But at the beginning, he attaches a value to you. Oh, you're young, 24, fit, feminine friendly, no children. You're an 8.5 in LA. Your body is a 9. Okay, I make this amount of money. Here's my relative finances. Okay, well, here's my offering price for you. That's in his mind. He doesn't say it that way, but that's in his mind. And he starts paying that out in Ruth Chris, Saint Laurent bags, Louboutin shoes, Joe Malone fragrances. He starts paying it out, but it's coming from a massive number to say, well, she's worth this in total. Now, in his mind, you're supposed to get those payments in a kind of even kind of way. You're an annuity, ma'am. I'm sorry. A man has an annuity on you and basically says, she's worth X dollars and it's going to be paid in these regular installments. And then I'm going to get, and in exchange for my regular annuity payments and installment, and in exchange for my money, I'm going to get sexual access, this, that, and the third. Somebody tell me I'm lying. Didn't he fall in love with her? Man, that's freaking movies. That's the movies. Because a high value man is in love with his purpose. You will always come a distant second. Successful men need to always stay focused on their purpose. You need to become a distant second. You will never be his all in all. It will always be his purpose, his drive. And you should want it that way because that's the way he keeps the money coming in. And see, a woman to a man in this lane has a value. She has a sexual value, but she also has a public value. To his colleagues, she makes him look better. She is an image enhancer to his colleagues, his competitors, and to the world. Oh, you don't think so? Then I would love to take you on an example and let me dress a client up and let them walk through a busy mall. Dress nicely. Not suited and booted, but just dress nicely. Maybe some trousers, a button up, some nice shoes. Dress nicely. But then let me put a smoking hot woman on that same man's arm. Let me have him walk through the mall or go through the place. And I guarantee you, people are going to look at him completely different. Men are going to be looking like, hey, and women are going to be like, ooh, who is that? She's going to be looking, who is that to both of them, to him and to her? All right. Oh, Keith, why would you come in here and ask me about Pookie? Okay, let me ask this guy, Keith Kelson. Does Pookie need an image enhancer? Why are you coming over here asking me about Pookie? Don't everybody stop and let's just look at this guy right here with the no avatar. And everybody stop. Don't say nothing. Just look at him. Just look at him right here. His name is Keith Kellison. Everybody stop. Everybody stop right here and look at him. And all this good knowledge and teaching I'm doing. And he comes along and asks me about mother sucking Pookie. So everybody stop and look at him. And what I need you to answer me is, why are you asking me about Pookie? You afraid of Pookie that much? Pookie still kicking your ass? Then you're in the wrong room. Over here, we don't worry about Pookie and Ray Ray. Over here, we're not worried about what Pookie needs or doesn't need. See, that's a scarcity mentality. Scarcity mindset, negative mentality, always looking for, yeah, but you know what he's ultimately saying is, yeah, but does he have to pay the same thing I have to pay? Man, get your crybaby ass out of here. I don't care about what Pookie does. I don't care about what Ray Ray does. Pookie and Ray Ray can't do shit with me. I go places where Pookie and Ray Ray can't go. The guys I'm talking about can go where they go, and they can go where Pookie and Ray Ray go and still dominate. See, that's your problem. You still got something in your head about a guy this mythical Pookie and Ray Ray. And really what it is you haven't done the work to become the best version of yourself. So you're looking for excuses to why you fail. Beta male bullshit, man. I swear to God. So, as we move on, we got to ask the question. Ladies, if you want men to spend money on you, granted. I think that men should pay 100%. Granted. I think that women do have a value to successful or high value men. I think women do have a value to all men. But here's the problem. Are you getting your value? Ladies, are you getting men to spend money on you to the level you feel like you should get? Oh, let's get it. There it is. There it is. There it is. Yes, men should spend money. Men should be dating. Men should be doing all that. 100% paying for it? Yes, that's right. They should. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Are you getting it, ladies? And if you're not, why? Why is it that there are women in your very city who are not as cute as you, who had somebody take out to Ruth Chris tonight? Why is it somebody? I was watching a video the other day with Reggie Bo and Jenny, and it was a comedy skit. He's like, man. And he basically said, dang, you couldn't get none from your dude? He's like, dang, ugly chick last night got smashed and you couldn't? Hey, ladies, right now in your city, some woman is getting treated Well, there's a man spending money on her. She's having the time of her life. Why aren't you? If they want a top-notch woman, oh, no, no, no. See, this is where we're going to turn this around. See, I'm asking, Leah, if they want a top-notch woman. So the answer is no. The answer is either yes, I'm having people spend, yes, a man is spending money on me and I am getting what I should get or more. That's what I want to hear. Yes, I have a man spending money on me, and yes, I'm getting at least what I think I should be getting and or more. I'm looking for that answer, or no, I'm not getting a man spending money on me. Or no, or yes, I'm getting a man spending money on me, and no, I'm not getting what I feel like I deserve. Those are the answers. Yes, he's spending, and yes, I'm getting what I deserve. No, he's not spending, or yes, he's spending, and no, I'm not getting what I deserve. Because I grant you the argument. But again, whose responsibility is this, ladies? If you're not getting money spent on you, or you're not getting what you think you should get spent on you, whose responsibility is that? Whose responsibility is it? It's not up to guys to go. See, it's not up to somebody to go and try to say, you're charging $19 for this chicken dish. All right, I'll offer you $99 for it. No. See, what you got a lot of women saying is, men aren't doing this, men aren't doing that, men don't do this, men don't do that. No. There are men out there doing it, especially high value or successful men, because women are part of the package. You don't move in these spaces and just show up by yourself all the time. You look awkward and silly as French. And I wish you would show up to some of these places and your date pulls out her purse and her credit card and you pull out your credit card. People look at you like, I thought that was his date. It is. Well, why is she pulling out her credit card? You know how crazy this will look? Who's in the chat room? Who's in the chat room that I know? You know how crazy this will look, Naima? Me and Naima go out somewhere. And we're out at the mayor's ball. We're out at one of these closed door private events. And next thing you know, the server comes over. Okay, folks, would you like any more coffee? Anything else? Nope, that's it. All right. Here's a check. I'll take care of that whenever you're ready. And if I said this, and I'm looking over at Naima, and she's in a little black dress and heels with the oka, and I said, "Excuse me, could you split this in half?" You could hear the mute. This is what would happen in the place. The music would stop. Servers would drop dishes, and everybody be like, "Yeah." Oh, you don't go to those places? Good. It happens. Yeah. And see, when a check comes, it is a chance for, when the check comes at these places, it's a chance for this guy to have a dick measuring contest with the other guy. No, I'll take it. No, I'll take it. No, I'll take it. Have you ever been with guys who will fight over the check? This is a positive problem. Ladies, have you ever been out with a man who has to fight over the check to speak? You're out with your man and two other couples. Has your man ever had to fight over picking up the check for you two and everybody else? Oh, you want that life? Good. Why don't you have it? Because it exists. It exists. Oh, it exists. Why don't you have it? Oh, because you were told it didn't exist. Oh, snap. Well, it does. And if you're not getting it, it's not because every guy out here thinks that spending money on a woman makes you a trick. There is, those guys are never going to be the majority. Most guys realize you're going to have to pay for a woman's time, one way or another. It's just how much you're going to pay for it. Now, again, like I said, the regular, average, everyday people, I can't fault that. Tom Likas 101. I'm not going to go down that path. It's a non-productive conversation. We're having this one over here. Oh, I feel as though I should have a successful man, a high-value man. I deserve this. I deserve that. Then good. You should have it. You should be getting your value or more. Or you have it, but you're not getting what you think you should have, or you don't have it. Let's talk about it. Get the likes up, people. Get the likes up, and let's get the calls going. I want the calls going because I really want to hear from the women. I want to hear from the women who are sitting back saying, "No, man, you lying." Oh, that's right. See, we're having this one over here. Oh, you're lying. These men don't exist. Every guy that I meet is on some old 50-50 Netflix and chill. Oh, okay. Is that how every man is? Or is that just the man that you can attract? Oh, did I say that out loud? My bad.
Money work. El mundo quiere
Is that
dinero.
how every man is? Or is that just the man you can attract?
Money
Make it
work.
rain.
Se arregla con
Oh, the
dinero.
next part gets even better.
Money work. Si me quiero educar.
While I'm getting this up, the next part gets even better. I forgot this part. The next part about this too, there's an age limit on this. There's an age limit on this. There's an age limit on this. Oh, see, the show was old HOs and tricks. See, there's an age limit on this. Oh, the older you get, the less money you get spent on you. Oh, I forgot. See, the older you get, the larger you get, the less money you get spent on you. Remember I said that there's a dollar value? See, everything that reduces your value reduces the amount of money. See, think of it this way. When I said you're like a big annuity and a man says, I make this and I'm going to invest this in her. And see, a man has to be willing to lose all of that. And in his mind, it's not a loss. He's just spending it. See, men don't end relationships and then be asking, men don't ask in relationships and be like, hey, remember when I bought you those shoes? Or remember when I paid your light bill 6 months ago? I need that money back. See, that's stuff y'all do. Well, not all y'all, but not you, but your girlfriend, not you. But women who do that. Relationship is over and then you trying to remember that one time I paid your credit card bill? I'm going to need that $92 back. Yeah. Avoid women. Drop friends like this, homegirl. Because I know you're too classy to do it. I know you're too classy to do it. But if you got girlfriends to do it, you need to drop them because they are trash. They are trash can juice. All right. But back to the other part. See, whatever reduces your value reduces the amount you can get. And that's the problem. The older you get, you start to lose value. That reduces the overall amount you can get. The more you weigh, reduces your value. Whatever affects your weight, your attractiveness, reduces your value. And then we start talking about things that really affect your value. Like children affect your value like a repossession or an eviction or something. It stay on your record for a long time. Like a kid reduces your value for 18 years. So this is what upsets women about, old women and tricking because older women feel like they should get more because they think they're worth more because they have an education, they got a career, they make so much, but that's not how this works in a man's mind. Let's get it. We're going to open the call lines because I know that last piece is going to set the world on fire. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but I am telling you the truth. That's how this works. If you are bigger than you should be,
Dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar. Y si no hay para emigrar,
I'm sorry.
todo money, money, todo el dinero.
Join
Solo un par de gente se
the
lleva el
show.
botín entero. Funny, funny,
Ladies.
pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos malos buenos y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande,
That's
no
the point.
olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy.
The older you are, the more you weigh,
El mundo quiere
the
dinero.
less you can, the less just, and imagine in a man's mind, there's a number on top of your head. It's like a clock, it's going backwards.
Se arregla con dinero, con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah, yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero, yeah. Money work. De corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work.
Money world.
Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunes. Lunático.
Why does this topic bother women more than it bothers men? Well, it bothers women more than it bothers men because men know, whether we like to admit it or not, men know that, look, man, beauty costs and you're going to have to pay for a woman. And I'm just going to tell you, from my standpoint, I don't deal with guys who are that 50-50 thing, who want something for nothing. I don't deal with people who want bad deals. If you want a woman to spend her time, her youth, access to her best years, and you don't want to compensate her fairly for it, cool. That's a bad deal. So you can't get mad if nobody's rushing to kick it with you. Here's the thing. Generous men live better lives. Generous males live better lives. Oh, see, I know somebody's going to try to twist and remix. Oh, what do you mean? Cause if you're, how do I want to put this? Depends on where you are. If you're a regular guy, you're probably not going to understand this. But if you're on the successful side, you understand that the event, the memory is important. You're not worried about, I don't know if you've ever had the benefit of going into a place and paying and ordering stuff without looking at the price. This is why I think it's so important for men to keep their head down and work hard, because you need to stop looking for deals. Buying smart is one thing, but always looking for a deal, a discount, a sale, a coupon, it starts putting you in a mindset. Why are you... Come on, ladies. Boo, 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 boo. And here's what it comes down to. What do you want? And what are you willing to do to get it? See, like I said, I know there have been plenty of places. I've heard plenty of that men aren't dating and men aren't spending money and men aren't this and men aren't that. Well, wait a minute. No, that's not necessarily true. The men you're dealing with, but why? Why? Yeah, you need to get on the camera, dude, or you're not gonna get on. You hear me? You were here yesterday, so I'll give you 10 seconds to get on the camera, or you'll bounce. No, I still can't see you. Get on the camera. Put some light in. Grow up, man. Don't call them. You can't get on my show. I don't let boys on men get on the show. You either get some light in front of you and get on the camera correctly, or I will say goodbye. You have 10 seconds. So, so why is this a problem? Well, older women are wanting men to date like they used to date. But if you're an older woman, you're not going to be dated like a young woman. I gotta tell you, old women do not get young women treatment. Old women do not get young woman treatment. Older women are angry. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get on the. Like I said, you don't have to get on YouTube. So if you're an older woman and think that, and what's an older woman? Over 26. Let me take that back. That's not fair. That's not fair. You're an older woman, over 30. If you're over 30, that officially makes you an older woman. But for relationships and serious relationships, it really is over 25. Why? Because you've already experienced stuff. You've already done stuff. Okay, these are guys. I guess you guys didn't see where it said, join in, ladies. I guess you guys didn't see that, huh? I guess you didn't see that. Now, how old are you? You guys can type your age in there. All right. So, no, I'm talking about in the chat room. I don't speak to, no, you're gonna have to get on the camera, dude. The person that keeps asking me about my watch, you're gonna have to get on the camera. That's how that works. 20, 28. I can't do nothing for you. All right. And let's see. You are going to go away. So I'll grab this real quick, but I don't understand, man. Why your camera's not connected and you're too young? Well, you need to unmute yourself. You need to unmute yourself, dude. I wasn't asking you guys in the chat room. Yes. Did you see where it said join the show, ladies? Are you a lady? So is there a reason you decided? I mean, I'm just curious because what's your question, man? Excuse me? You need to hold on. Please try to make it more clear.
Sorry. At what point is it appropriate not to be 50-50 to pay all of the bills? Is it at the beginning of the relationship or the middle relationship or at marriage stage? As in to take over a woman's bills and rent and that kind of thing.
Do you have a girlfriend?
And not at the moment. I had one.
How long ago was your girlfriend?
2 months ago.
How long were you guys together?
6 months.
How long is your longest relationship?
2 years.
How old were you when that happened?
College, so early 20s.
What do you do for a living?
21, 22. I'm a software engineer.
So what is the question you're asking me is when you should start paying for a woman's bills?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, see, at what age you're too young to be dating. In my opinion, you're too young to be dating. You're 20 what?
8.
And you have very little relationship experience. Right?
Yes, sir.
You're too young to be dating. And you should be really waiting to get your money up and because several things are going on with this. One, you said you saw the sign that said women only, but you decided to call in anyway. So you just basically said, screw it. I'm going to just go ask. Right?
That's correct.
That's not cool, man. It's not cool. So why is that important? Because it goes to mindset. Did you break off your relationship or did she?
I did.
And why was your last long-term relationship in college and you're 28?
I've been traveling, kind of focusing on work and focusing on my career.
Okay.
It hasn't really been a priority for me.
All right. Well, so like anything else, like working out, like muscles, you have no relationship muscles at this point. So asking questions about paying rent and all this other kind of stuff is kind of cart before the horse. So any answer that I would give you is going to be to what? Is it just for information?
No, that was relevant to my last relationship. It's kind of why I ended it. I allocated a certain budget towards relationship, and I believe that budget was exceeded, and it was something I wasn't comfortable with anymore.
Was she your girlfriend?
Yes, sir.
And how long were you guys together?
6 months.
You have to call me sir.
6 or 7.
You have to call me sir. How much money did you allocate towards a girlfriend for 6 months?
Approximately $1,000 a month.
$1,000 a month.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. You need coaching. Honestly, you're telling me you exceeded that budget.
I did.
All right. So I don't want to get too deep into this because you seem like you're a little off kilter here. But one, that's why I said you guys are too young to be doing this kind of stuff. Young and you're not, and you like the experience. So if you sound like you basically was spending money on a woman just to have a girlfriend, guys who come across like you tend to get taken by women. So I would just say this. I'll move on. You cannot do this. You cannot just say I'm focusing on my career and I'm not going to understand women, because you are going to be massively behind the curve and get out here into a game that's going full speed, and you're going to get hustled and ran over. So at this point, I'm going to recommend you actually contact one of the dating coaches or relationship coaches or masculinity instructors, because there's some things that I can just basically vibe from you that you need before you start talking about dating. If you spend $1,000 a month and you exceeded that on a girlfriend, all right, man. All the best though.
All right, thank you.
I don't know what you're talking. This dude is in here just talking. And see, what tends to happen with a lot of my tech guys, a lot of my tech guys tend to be, I'm just gonna say it, tend to be more on the bookish side and tend to have great hard skills but need real improvement on the soft skills. And men pay a high price for, I'm going to focus here and not deal with women. See, women can do that more readily than men. Men cannot. Even you need to still be putting about 5 to 7% of your time into dealing with women even when you're running 1,000,000 miles an hour. You cannot afford to get off of this game. You need to stay in it. You need to stay current. You need to stay up. Because what you talk about losing a step, you, like I told this guy, you're gonna go into this game in full speed, making the kind of money you're making, and get taken. And honestly, it's kill or be killed out here. I don't want to see you guys get taken either. So how old are you, dude? You're 25, man. You're too young for the conversation. I don't know. It said for young ladies, here you go. Ladies, are you finding the guys are not paying for dates? Are you finding the guys are not paying for dates? Are you not? What's sad is older women are upset because they're not getting dates, are not getting guys to spend enough money. And I'm hearing younger women saying that they're not even really requiring men to date, requiring men to take them anywhere. And then you get upset because you're not getting your value. Huh. Yeah, when you guys call in, man, that sound like a kind of dry. Yeah, it sounds like he's paying for a girlfriend. Yep. People don't go on dates anymore. Average people, yeah, I would say that's true. I'm not gonna lie, man. Men of a certain class, guys who are in that high value thing and they're successful men, they date. They date. I'm sorry. That's why I said it's a 2 different track conversation. If you're in that $70,000, I don't even say that. Yeah, yeah, 60s. Yeah, if you just say if you're in a middle class folks aren't dating anymore. I get it, but dating is part of the gig, because when you're a successful or higher value guy, because you got to have a social life, man. Work, business gets done after the office. And see, this is where a lot of you guys miss the boat. If you don't learn how to do this, you'll just be working and making other guys rich. If you don't learn how to go out to socialize, to date, to meet people, as a man, you're going to get left behind. And you're going to look up and your boss is going to be younger than you, making more than you, because you lack the social skills. Go ahead, sugar. Unmute yourself.
Hi.
What's going on?
Nothing much. How are you?
I'm well. What you got for me?
So the topic is about like women not I came in a little late, but I heard you saying younger women not requiring men to pay for dates, and then older women having issues with
Well, I
getting dates.
said the subject was going to be old women and tricks. That's the broad subject. But here's the bigger subject.
Uh-huh.
Women are either women who are dating and getting men to spend money on them and they feel like they're getting a good deal, don't have any problems. What you tend to hear from
Mhm.
is women who are kicking it with men and the man is spending something on her, but she's not getting what she thinks she should. Or you got women out here who don't have money, men aren't spending any kind of money on them at all, and they're still interacting with men. That's why I kind of left it open because today's dating scene is completely chaotic. So, um, are you active? Are you actively dating?
Yes, I am.
Now, and you just moved down to H Town.
Yes.
So, you want to tell people about your experiences?
Oh yeah. It's been great.
Go ahead.
It's been good. Like I personally wouldn't go out with someone or a guy that couldn't take me on dates. So I don't understand why women are like, if you want something serious, why would you date a man that would not take you on a date? I don't get that. But I mean, dating for me has been great.
So,
I
so how do you get? So how do you? So you're 20 what? 26,
seven.
27. So there'll be women that'll be like, yeah, yeah, but how do you get men to want to spend money on you? Because they're all lying. How do you find? How are you so lucky? That's what a lot of women are gonna say. How you so lucky?
Oh gosh, I feel like that's I don't even know how to answer that. Like getting men to spill. I mean, if you're like feminine, I
Well, first off,
that's hard to say.
let's start
Like,
number one. You're fit.
yes, I am like a size 4'6". I
Yeah,
weigh for those asking, I weigh like 125 and I'm 5'1".
yeah, this is
I'm
Sugar
not going.
P. This so she's fit, feminine, and pretty. So, and I'm a big proponent of the movement I call as pretty as possible. See,
Mhm.
my guess is that you attract a certain caliber of man by your fitness, your femininity, and your looks. And a certain caliber man realize he cannot afford you, so he avoids you.
Oh yeah, that happens
So talk
too.
about that.
Yes, I feel like when you carry yourself a certain way, when you put yourself in certain environments, even your look, I think I'm strategic with my look because I want to attract men that would align with what I look like or my type of expectations. That's just how it is. Image is everything. Um and often a guy might fall off just because by your standards or how you carry yourself, or maybe because you want a date. Um, they'll just leave you alone because they know they can't, give you what you would need.
You're damn
I think
right.
maybe lack of boundaries and then also like how you dress and things like that. But for the things where like men won't take me on dates, I'm just
So let me ask you a
that-
question. What's your favorite
mm.
bag? What kind of bag do you carry?
You know what?
Huh?
Right now,
Mm.
I'm liking Stradberry. It's like a new brand. Not a new brand. It's new to me, but I like it 'cause, Meghan Markle.
Mm-hmm.
Meghan Markle has it, so it's cute. I like it. It's very classy.
When you're out and about, are you normally in dress, pants, skirts, yoga pants? What do you wear?
I threw away all my jeans pants like 2 years ago.
Okay.
I wear dresses, heels. They don't have to be like super high heels. I try to be comfortable, but
See, and see, that's what I'm trying to get more women to understand. You relationships are reflective. When I'm approaching a woman here in Atlanta, there are only certain kind of women I approach. I don't approach women in yoga pants or all that tight shit. No. I want a woman, a dress or a skirt is preferred. If she has on pants, they have to be actually, well, anyway, there's a certain level. I want a certain level of sophistication. And the thing is, you can use your image to attract the kind of men and repel the kind of men to where I just want you to tell ladies, explain to them that they don't have to be negotiating to get taken to a nice date. If they just do the right shit up front, it'll all work out.
Yeah, I don't think you should have to negotiate. I don't think it that's hard for me because I'm just like I couldn't deal with a guy that. But yeah, I feel like if you just, you dress up, look nice. I mean, you can attract what you want, but you gotta. I do believe you gotta be what you want to attract,
Well, yeah.
right? And I think we don't talk about that a lot. That's something I had to learn. Like, I used to wear jeans and things like that. So I
Mhm.
mean, I started dressing up. It made a difference, especially when I lived in DC, because everyone dresses like they're in the Matrix.
Mhm.
So you do stand out because even when I'm in Houston, it's the South. I thought coming back, people would dress up, but people don't really dress up like that anymore.
Well, no,
So
no, and that's how you can make a big. Even as a younger woman, when I talk to young women, I'm like, you'd be amazed at how many men are would approach you if you just dress like a lady versus you trying to dress like you just trying to get it in. People keep asking me to put you on camera. Go.
um, I'm
No,
in bed, y'all. So
no. She's been on
but
camera before, but
yeah.
So do you have you met a lot of women? Well, obviously you have because you just had the event down there. Did you go to the event?
I didn't go. I was with my niece and nephew that day.
Okay,
But they were so cute.
cool. Well, thanks for calling in, Sugar.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, that's Sugar P, y'all. See, here's the thing. I am not trying to tell. Um, I get it. I get that some men aren't dating. I get that, and you cannot. All you can do, ladies, or is be competitive. I'm putting it out there. If you're an average woman, average looking, average body, you are in a dating environment where the average people are not dating. There's just that's uh countrywide. It's not just black people, it's just countrywide. Average folks just don't date. It's a different way of connecting. If you want whining and dining and dating and car doors open and doors open, you got to carry yourself in a way to attract those kind of men because see a lot of you ladies are trying to get regular guys to do high level stuff. And that's not cool. Your microphone's not connected. You want regular guys to take you out to, you know, uh, Houston's and uh, Papado and Ruth Chris. And I was like, wait a minute. This dude is making $45,000 a year and you want him to take you out to a $400 dinner? Uh, no. That's some stuff you get as a girlfriend for a guy like that. That's not cool. And I'll hear a lot of women be like, oh, wait a minute. Well, he wants some sex. I got news for you. You trying to say your sex is worth $400 Morton Steakhouse dinner? Okay. Let's see what the market says. Let's go to Morton Steakhouse. Let's go to Bob's Steak and Chop House. And let's look at the women there on dates. And let's line you up next to them. Just from a glance. I don't make any bones about what you want. I just say, can you get it? Melinda, you need to unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Yeah. one of the worst things women did in this dating economy is reduce the price for relations. Unmute yourself, lady. So I have yet to hear a woman say she's not getting what she feels like she deserves. And that's really another question too, because if you're not getting it, it's not as though it's not there. Melinda, you need to unmute yourself. Karen, you need to get your audio connected. Boop 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 boop. All right, so here's what we do. All right. Put those back. Y'all still I need to. This guy said if I made $1 million a year, $400 for dinner would be ridiculous. No, dude. Just say you don't understand, man. That sounds crazy. Dude is basically saying if I made $1 million a year, $400 was ridiculous. See, let me help you out, man. See, this is sometimes where it would just be better just to be kind of quiet. Just say I've never had a $400 meal. I don't understand it, but guy, $400. This it just sounds like broke thinking, man. $400. Understand something. You go to a nice steakhouse. You get a bone-in or a cowboy ribeye. That can be anywhere from $78 to $92 for a steak. That's yours. Then her meal, and that's before any drinks, any appetizers, any side items. So, due respect, man. Maybe you just have never been to a high-end restaurant, and that's fine. But people do that on a Tuesday. So you think you can just you need to mute the YouTube channel in the background. Okay. Turn off the YouTube channel in the background, please. Okay, what do you got for me?
um, their experience with a lot of men not wanting to date, not wanting to spend money. And for a long time, I was in that mindset and of that mindset. And I believe that was the reason why that's what I kept attracting. But, I'm a big believer in law of attraction and your mindset and what you believe. And I started telling myself, that I did want to attract men with more money.
Okay,
And
how old are you?
so weird.
First off, how old are you?
I'm 40.
Okay, have you ever been married?
Yes, briefly.
Any children?
No, actually.
Okay, I'm just trying to know who I'm talking to. Because you just kind of started talking. You didn't say, hi, my name is Karen. I'm from here. You just, blah. I mean.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that.
I mean, I didn't even know where you were going with it. So.
But yeah.
So, are you dating?
Yeah, no, but yeah. I am. Yeah, I am. Lately, I am.
Okay. And are you, so the questions were.
I just think that.
So let me ask the questions, because are you getting men spending what you think they should be spending, less or not at all?
I would say I think that they're spending what they should be spending. I think so.
Okay. So you should have dope. So you should be pretty
I mean,
happy.
it's not like, yeah, I am. I actually really can't complain. But I'll say this also though, like lately I'm trying to be more open-minded
What do you
to
mean?
the men that,
What
that I do date.
Why? What do you mean open-minded?
In terms of, just silly stuff in the past,
No, I don't.
in your youth, you might have a okay. Well, in your youth, you might have a mindset of like, oh, well, I don't know if I like him and he's not my type, but just being more open-minded and expanding your options and not just only going off of looks because you
All
could
right.
really
So
miss
how
out on
tall?
some
Okay.
like
All right.
really
So
nice
you're not making any. Okay. You're just kind of talking, and that's okay. But I don't know you, and I don't even know. So let's try to make more sense for the audience. What part of the country are you in? North, east, south, or west?
I'm in the I really don't want to say Kevin.
Look, woman, don't call my show and tell me you don't even want to tell me what
Okay,
freaking
east.
region
I'm
you
in the
call
east.
me.
I'm in the east. I'm sorry.
I mean, really, what is wrong?
You're right. I'm in the east.
Oh,
No, I'm in the east. I don't want to be disagreeable.
I mean, okay. So, I mean, if we're gonna make it make sense for the audience, and they should pay attention to what you're saying, you gotta tell something about yourself. You're 40 years old. You've been married briefly with no kids, and you said you're trying to make your options be more open with your options. So you had really high
Yeah.
standards or something.
Um, I'm not even necessarily that. I mean, just kind of stuck in my own ways and
Meaning what? Okay.
just kind
So what would you rank yourself on a
just
scale from?
meaning
What
that
would you rank
I
yourself on a
think
scale from?
I would go for
What would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10, and you can't use 7?
I would probably say 6.
All right. So you were stuck in your ways at 6.
Yes, yes. Like I said, you have to live and learn. You do. You have to live and learn.
All right. So when you were a young girl, did you think you would be where you are at 40 years old?
No, actually, I never did. No,
Did you want children?
I did, but I wanted children with a husband.
Mm. But you had a husband.
I did, but he wasn't necessarily the right choice. He wasn't necessarily the right choice. Yeah,
What age were you guys married?
I know. I'm around 20, late 20s. Yeah, late 20s.
Around the late 20s. All right. Well, you're not really trying to
Yeah,
have a
and in
conversation.
hindsight,
You're really
he
not
really
trying to have a
was not.
conversation. So,
No, I am trying to have a
okay. So,
conversation.
okay. So if you were married around your late
I was
20s,
27.
okay. Again, I don't know what you ladies. I mean, it's like I got news for all you. I need to keep my privacy. Don't call into a public show. No one's gonna come back and trace you down over the interwebs to figure out. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but none of y'all are that damn important. I mean, seriously, that's not trying to be rude.
No, I understand.
So at 27, you got married, and you
No,
guys are
I
married for how
understand
long?
that. Oh wow, not even 5 years. Like maybe 4 years.
Okay, so the natural question is why, if you married him and you wanted kids, unless there was medical difficulties, why didn't y'all have kids? Because when a woman gets to be 40
Um,
years old and saying some of the things you're saying, it's kind of like, what do you mean? Reducing, being more open and this and that. And none of this is making any sense.
Honestly, no, you're right. And listen, I definitely can admit that I've made a lot of mistakes, in my younger years, and I just made a lot of bad choices. But now, in hindsight, now that I'm older, I guess you can say I see the error in a lot of my ways.
Okay, so what's the outcome you want to achieve now?
I mean, I still, desire to meet someone, a good
I
guy.
need to get
And
on
like I
into it.
said,
I
I'm
got
being
other
more.
callers. Do you want to get married?
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, I will tell you, ma'am. It's kind of hard to talk to you, and
Okay.
I get it. You said
Why?
you.
Why?
I don't know because it's like I just asked you basic questions, and it's kind of like on one you're trying to hide stuff and not tell stuff, and when you talk to people, it's kind of like, how do you expect to get to meet anybody, get to know anybody, if you're going to have up all these walls and barriers? And at 40 years old, you really should be pretty much, it is what it is, and this is what I want, and not trying to hide what region of the world you're in. At 40, it should be, I'm this, and this is what it is, and this is what I'm looking for. At 40, you should be giving direction to younger women instead of sounding kind of like, well,
Right.
I'm still trying to figure it out. And well, that's how it should be at 40. So, I mean,
No,
have you ever had
you're
any
exactly
therapy?
right. Yeah. No,
Well,
I never had.
no.
I read a lot of books though.
Huh? You do
I
what?
said I read a lot of
No,
self-help books though.
no, ma'am.
Self-help.
Therapy would be really advisable. You've been in charge of this for
Okay.
too long, and basically, you think you. So what you're basically
I hear
saying
you.
is, I am good enough at this to pick the right books, to give me the right information, to make the better choices for my outcome, and the experience of your life tells you different.
Hmm. That's deep. I hear you. I do.
All right.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
Have a good one. Bye bye.
Thank you.
I have no idea what we gained in that conversation. That was just a bunch of. I'm like, the other caller just hung up. I don't know what she just did. I mean, no disrespect to the caller, but man, a lot of you guys just. I don't want to say where I'm calling from. I don't want people to know my voice. I'm like, but what's the point? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Let me help you out, dude. Jose. I don't think you got the wrong room, dude. Let me go ahead and help you out. I don't think you're in the right channel. So you I don't know who you think you're talking to. Go play with somebody else. Uh, let's do this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, when I hear a dude keep on whining about $400, you're either a teenager or you're broke. I mean, seriously, $400. I mean, I wonder what some of you guys really think. You guys think, some of you guys seem like you think women should just be free. Hello? Your first name is? What do you have for me? Oh yeah, okay. I'm not playing games, so that's not gonna work. Yeah, if you're gonna call, and you need to actually speak like a grown up. That's what I thought. they're like I need to know. I mean, yeah, that's not even a good attempt. Yeah, man, it's like, guys, understand something. $400. Um, I know it sounds like a lot of money when you're making $20 an hour. That's 20 hours of work. I get it. But $400 in the grand scheme of things. Okay, you mess around and go out with the wrong woman, your antibiotics could cost you more. You know how much? You know how much money? You know how much dealing with low end women can cost you? Dealing with low end women who are Netflix and chill. Okay, you mess around and get you a communicable. You get one of these STDs that don't go away. Y'all think some of y'all think too short term. Who are you? This lady with this picture. All right. Oh, you're a guy. Yeah, I see you, dude. That's not gonna work. Might as well go ahead and take your picture down. You can go ahead and take her picture down. That's not gonna work. Might as well go ahead and put yourself up there. Ooh, do 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 do. Antibiotics, right, man. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Why a man would call in with a woman's picture is beyond me. Yeah, it didn't work. It did not work. See, let's talk to some of the guys, man. If you have a negative opinion of women, period, any money is going to be bad. 400, 200 is the same. I mean, some of you guys, rightfully so, because a lot of women today are off the chain. That's why you need to choose the women you interact with. Like, let me give you an example. You cannot choose the women you work around. The companies you work for pick those women, right? Okay. But you can choose the women you bring into your personal life. Like in my life, in my personal life, I don't interact with women. I don't interact with women who are not beautiful, feminine, like Sugar P. Sugar P, I would consider her an internet friend of sorts. And I've met her. She's in my group, but she's a beautiful young lady. And when she's around me, she always gives me masculine respect, and I give her feminine courtesy. Right? Masculine respect, feminine courtesy. And every time I interact with women like her, what do you think my perception of women is? You think that I decrease my perception or I increase my perception of women? But let's say I interacted with women directly opposite of her. Let's say if I chose to have women around me who gave me feminine disrespect, and expected me to give her masculine courtesy, and she gave me feminine disrespect, do you think I would feel like, what do you think my mentality would be when I go out into the world talking to other women? You think I would have the high expectation? See, this is why I say relationships are reflective. If all you talk about is ratchets and hood rats and thoughts and tricks and skunks and scunions and blah, 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 well, then you can't be upset that you don't want to do nothing for any kind of woman, because all women are garbage to you. And thing is, you get to pick that. And and especially men who are successful and have a higher profile, you get to choose. microphone's not connected, Monet. So make no mistake, I'm not trying to sit back and say that every woman in the world deserves to be treated with, to a steak and lobster dinner and open the door. No. Your godfather's not crazy. I live here in Atlanta. But I'm not going to treat every woman the same. And the thing is, I don't deal with women like that. Your microphone's not connected, man. I don't deal with women like that. I don't approach women like that. I don't talk to women like that. I don't have women like that in my phone. Yeah, there we go. So even women who are on like a friendly level are still cool. Go ahead, unmute yourself. Hello. How are you? Your first name is?
Monique.
Okay, what do you got for me, Monique?
All right, so I'm a little bit nervous, so forgive me for that. So let's see this topic. I'm 40 and divorced, a 40-year-old divorcee. I would like to date and get remarried,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where I'm at with things.
You're 40,
Yeah,
divorced, and would like to get remarried. Any children?
3 children.
All from the marriage?
Yes,
How long were you guys married?
18 years.
So you got married at 21, 22?
18 years old.
Oh, so you've been
Mhm.
divorced for just a couple of years.
Should be coming up on officially divorced 4 years, but the whole situation 6.
So why'd you guys divorce?
He divorced me.
Or why'd he leave you?
Um, why did he leave me?
The grounds. Was there irreconcilable differences?
Irreconcilable differences, yeah.
Is he with another? Is he married to another woman now?
No,
Is he in the same city or state still?
same city.
So, but you didn't ask him why he's leaving his wife of 18 years?
Well, we'd had some problems. I was sick.
Okay.
I got sick. I'd had a major surgery. So I'd been dealing with a condition that had gotten worse over maybe a 5-year period.
Did he state that as a reason why he left you?
That's a reason. I state that on my end as a reason why we had problems. Yeah.
What do you mean, sexual problems?
No, we didn't have sexual problems.
Okay, ma'am. I'm just trying to understand why. I'm not trying to get all in. Just why did he leave?
Okay,
You went to
so
my because you want my advice, so you can't hide one hand behind the back and expect the advice to be any good.
I just want to make sure that I'm answering the question and not going off.
I just need to
and
know
not
why he
answering
left
the
you.
question.
Because irreconcilable differences are big. Most guys don't just come in and say, "Hey, we've been together since you're 18. I'm leaving you because you were sick."
We had some events of violence in the relationship, and I was having some anxiety issues about that.
Okay.
And
Now, was it okay? Was it mutual combat though?
Yes.
All right. So, due respect. I have an issue when women come in and talk about violence and they don't talk about their part in it. It's mutual combat.
I'll own my part in it. We were drunk.
But I'm saying, ma'am. But what I'm saying is, women typically don't come in and own it. You said there was an incidence of violence, and I'm having anxiety, which is leading you into a victim standpoint instead of we had incidents of violence, and I was violent to him. That's a different scenario. And it's all relative and it's all germane as you coming back out onto the dating market. To the men out here, of which I am one, I don't know you. All I know is you're a woman who was married 18 years and divorced. I gotta ask questions because I need to know why a woman who's been married for nearly half her life is now divorced and out here dating again.
Hmm.
Any man's gonna ask those questions.
Yes, he is.
All right. So you might as well get used to answering them. And especially if you want to get married again, why do you want to get married again?
I feel like I was at my best in a marriage. I reached a lot of my goals, and we had a lovely family, and it confidant and things. So
That's all
yeah,
about you.
I like that.
That's all about you though.
No, it's not all about me.
No,
I
no,
think I was
everything you said, what I
a
mean
good
is
wife
what
and
no, what
mother.
I said is everything you said is about you. I feel like I was at my best. I did this and I want a confidant. Okay, well, what is he going to get?
What is he gonna get?
Yes.
And I know that you've covered this and I've thought about this. What is he going to get and what am I willing to give? I'm a caretaker, I'm a giver, I'm compliant. Um, I build a home, keep a home.
Okay,
I'm creative and talented. I'm a chef.
I always ask this: if he were to sit down with your ex, what would his ex say it was like to be with you?
I've been trying to figure that out for weeks. What would my ex say if he were asked what it's like? He'd say something like, "Man, she crazy."
Okay, ma'am. So if 80% of divorces are filed by women,
Hmm.
what does that tell you? It tells me that it takes extraordinary circumstance for a man to file from divorce, especially from a nearly 20-year marriage. Men don't typically do that without cause unless he's divorcing
Shouldn't have
that
done
woman
it.
and going to another woman. You said he's
He
not.
should not have done that. He definitely. I didn't think that he would do that.
What do you mean he
I
would?
wouldn't have done it.
Okay.
He shouldn't have done it.
What do you mean he shouldn't have done it? Divorced you?
He should not. Yeah, he shouldn't have. I
Hold
wish that he
on.
hadn't.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Now it's starting to come out. Why do you say he should not have done it?
Because I look at it now and the issues that we had on the grand scheme of things was a blip in time and could have been worked through.
Did you ask him that?
No.
See, that's my point, man. You just said this man who divorced me, knowing that it takes a lot for men to walk away from his wife and children, saying he shouldn't have did it. I don't know if you understand, but you've put all this out. He didn't come in saying the combat was mutual. It was a violence and I had anxiety. But when you start talking about him divorcing you, it's that was small. Apparently not, ma'am. He divorced you for it.
No, it was definitely a blow up and it would have taken some work and some time.
No, that's your opinion.
That's
See,
my opinion, definitely.
that's your opinion. To him, it was worth leaving you. And see, what you have not done is validated his reason for leaving you. You keep undermining his. It's like, well, it's not that big. Okay, let me switch the circumstance. Okay, let's do it this way.
Hmm.
He's having extramarital affairs with women, and you
He
can't
told him,
hold on. No, no,
yes,
no, no.
yes, he
Oh no, man.
was.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, that's a trigger. Yeah. Nuh-uh.
Oh yeah, and it's gonna get worse. You're to my line, okay? One thing I do not like is when women decide to raise their voice and talk over me. That won't work, ma'am. I'm just giving you a scenario. If you were you faithful to him?
Yes.
All right. And if he had been cheating on you and repeatedly and you found out about it and he tried to tell you, really this is no big deal. We could work through it. And you decided to divorce him because of the rampant infidelity and no remorse for it, you would not think that's so small.
I agree.
So use that same logic when he left you. What you're saying is just a blip was not a blip. He had 20 years invested in this marriage too. He had 3 kids invested in this marriage too. Think it was just easy for him to say, oh, well, I'll just end this. You didn't think about it that way, did you?
No, and no one has ever said this to me.
Well, I would imagine because
pointed
you're
me
not.
in this direction until
I would
now.
imagine it's because you're probably a little hard to talk to. Has anyone ever told you that?
No.
Do you have many female friends?
Yes.
Are they married or single?
Both.
The majority of them are married or single?
The majority of my friends are married.
Okay. So when you were served with divorce papers, where'd you get them?
In the mail.
Where you got them in the mail?
At home.
Where was he?
In the rental, in the investment property.
So you guys weren't living together?
No.
How long had you guys been living separately?
3.5 months.
In the 3.5 months, were you actively trying to reconcile and get your husband back in the house? Actively.
No.
Exactly. So when he finally said, okay, and hit you with papers, what was the first thing you did when you got those papers? What was your first interaction with him?
Let me think about that.
You went, the process server knocked on the door, asked you your name, and gave you the papers. Right?
Well, it doesn't go like that. They came like regular mail, so I'm
all right. But
putting myself
okay, but
back
when you got them, you opened them up, and you didn't say, "Ooh, great, I got a coupon."
It makes my heart stop to think about it now.
But what did you do when you got it? Did you call him? Did you go to the house?
Neither. No.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
All right. When was the first time you actually interacted with him next?
May have been court, which was some weeks away.
Right. So 3.5 months, you did nothing to try to resolve your marriage. You got served, and the next time you saw him was in court.
I didn't know. I did not know what to do.
Oh, so
I didn't know what to say.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, okay, I'll take it back. I take it back. I know I could have said something.
No.
I'll take it back.
No.
I'll own it.
You see how you came in on this? You say you did. Your husband's living outside the home. That's a problem. And he didn't go out there because the marriage was great. And did you do anything to try to resolve it or fix it? No. He had to go file for divorce, which is like women do that 4 times more often than men. Sounds to me like he was pushed. He had no choices because his wife doesn't sound like she was very responsive. Then when you did file, you got it in the mail and you didn't even make a phone call or drive over to the property and say, what? Baby, no, I don't want a divorce. This is a blip. We can fix this. You just said, fuck it, I'll see you in court.
I was sick, Kevin. I was sick.
Yeah.
I really was.
Okay, so you mean to tell me you didn't make a phone call to anybody from that point? So you were sick? Okay, ma'am, you were sick.
I was
no, ma'am, you were so no, ma'am.
Yeah.
No, you were sick. So that means you didn't talk to a friend, a family member, a coworker, anybody. You were mute from the day you got those papers to the day you went to court because you were deathly ill.
I let my mom know when the court
right.
was.
The answer is yes or no. For weeks you didn't talk to nobody.
No.
Exactly.
I did not talk to nobody.
Right.
I
So
did talk to my
miss me with
mother.
the I was sick.
Now that doesn't have anything to do with having talked to anybody. It
All right.
had
Well,
more to do
here's
with
the
how
bottom
to
line, man.
deal with the
Let me tell you what I'm
situation.
getting from this. You have spent your life with one man, right, wrong, or
Yeah,
indifferent, and
right.
typically that does not make either one of you fit for anybody else out here. I asked you why your husband left, and you danced around it. But if he filed, and if you did, you want a divorce?
No,
Then what did you do to fight for your marriage?
I did not
Nothing.
fight for my
Nothing.
marriage.
Nothing. And that's exact. Thank you. So now what we get is we hear the other side. We always hear about what black men don't do, and you just said it. He did. He shouldn't have filed. He shouldn't have. Yes, he should have because his wife wasn't. You quit. You quit on him. He's moved outside the house. You
I
quit on.
definitely checked out.
Exactly. So when I hear a woman say that he should have did this, he should have did that, I'm like, the nerve of you, man. He was with you for almost 2 decades, and you didn't even fight for your marriage. But yet, you women always tell men we need to fight. You have probably fought me more in this conversation than you did for your marriage at this time frame. Take that as a lesson that you know how to fight. Whatever happened, have you apologized to him for your part?
No. We don't talk. We haven't talked. We talk more as if the last year or so than we have the last 4 or 5. But it no, we don't.
No,
We
no, ma'am.
stand in
No,
the
no,
same
ma'am. No,
space,
no,
and
ma'am. No, no, ma'am.
I don't
No, no,
stand in
ma'am.
the
No, no,
same space,
ma'am.
and
Hey,
I don't say
who you
anything.
think you're talking to? See, now it's starting
I
to
don't
come.
say
Now it's
anything.
starting to come out. Now she's triggered. Now it's starting to come out. You didn't fight for your marriage.
Mm-mm.
All right. So I'm saying this is not a matter of dating. You don't need to be dating anybody.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, man, but nobody.
And
Okay.
that's why I'm
How
not.
many children
And
do
I'm in
you?
the
And what's your
house.
youngest child?
19.
All right. Say your youngest.
My oldest is 24.
And you're how old?
40.
You start having babies at 15?
Yes. With my ex-husband.
You need therapy, and you need to go get your husband back, and y'all need to go live in y'all's mushroom together. I'm not laughing. I'm dead ass.
You are dead ass, and
I,
that's one of
I
those
I'm dead
laughs
ass.
that's happening.
I'm not. No, I'm dead ass. 15, 16 years old. What the heck? You no, don't be coming out trying to date nobody else. See, you have your partner. You ladies forget you got a partner marriage too. And I have met far too many women, sisters in particular, divorcees who talk this stuff. I didn't want a divorce. I wish I hadn't got a divorce. But when it was going on, you throw your hands up in the air and don't do nothing. And even to this date, you said you have not apologized to him for your part. What are you waiting on him to come apologize to you?
On one hand, gosh,
Well,
a lot went on.
well,
We,
all right. Well, man, what do you? The world does not owe you understanding, man. A lot went on, so a lot went on. I grant a lot went on. What do you think? You're gonna take that into the open dating market? You think a stranger wants to hear all this?
oh no, absolutely
Well, but
not.
that's the thing, ma'am. I need you to understand. You have not processed this. So any man that's in your proximity, you're going to contaminate him with this. Therapy.
And I definitely don't want that.
Therapy. Because you need to own your part of this. And I often tell women to go back to their spouses. Because you sound like you didn't want a divorce. Then you should have fought for it. And if he's not married, you may be lucky. He may, does he, so obviously you guys never talked about reconciling.
About 3 weeks ago, he pulled a stunt on me.
I just need to know if you have or not, ma'am.
I said, after he told me, after he said what he said, I told him I'm moving in and I'm not going to let you go through this alone.
Right. So in other words, you're still too goddamn prideful. All I'm hearing is pride. Let me help you out, sis. I need you to look straight forward. Okay? Now I need you to look down about 90 degrees. And between your hips,
Which way?
90 degrees down towards the ground. And between your hips and your feet, on this thing called a leg, there are some things called knees. Okay? I need you to get on them and crawl back to your husband and apologize and beg him to take you back and promise him you'll act right when you do. And if there's broken glass, kerosene, and fire, make it even better. Check your pride at the door and go get your husband.
Yeah, because it's not. There was no plan. It's not.
You're welcome.
Is not great. It's not great. Thank you, Kevin. Hey.
I mean, seriously though. I mean, 20 years of marriage. Come on, man. Y'all ain't here for nothing. Oh, Melinda, you're back. What you got? What you got for me? Go ahead.
Myself.
Hi.
I'm gonna tell you. Hey, hi. Good evening.
You gotta turn off the YouTube channel and all that in the background.
Okay, it's off. Okay, so
okay, what do you got for me?
Okay, so I'm hoping that what I'm gonna say is not too much off topic, but okay, so I'm dating someone, but it's not really pertaining to the person I'm dating right now, but overall as a person, I have a tendency to not be able to accept certain things. Like if someone tries to give me something, or I try to pay for things a lot, and I have a hard time accepting. And I'm trying to figure out why.
What does that have to do with the topic?
Okay, well, I mean, it kind of does.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, well, then it doesn't then. But either way, here I am, and I'm wondering if you can kind of like give me some advice, some tips on why is it I have a hard time.
So, in other words, damn what my show is about. Give me what I want.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. Well, then.
So, I mean, I just need to be clear because you're saying that you have a problem accepting what?
Okay, so like for example, like if someone I'm like dating wants to give me a gift, I have a hard time accepting it. Like if we're going out to eat, I'm always offering to pay.
How old are you?
I'm 39.
Ever been married?
No.
Any children?
I have one child, a boy. He's 13.
Why didn't you marry his father?
We were high school sweethearts. It just did not work. Yeah, it just didn't work out.
He's 13. You got pregnant at 25. That's way beyond high school.
Yeah, well, we met when we were 15. We started dating at 19 and split at 25.
So you were together 6 years, had a baby, then all of a sudden it won't work.
Okay, I can tell you why it didn't work. Like we both started off in college. I graduated, he didn't. Like I was going on like a totally different path.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Your value increased, his didn't.
I didn't want to say that.
But it is, but you don't want to be but that's the truth.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But you had a baby after that.
Well, yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Remember, guys? They'll find a guy who's gonna get. So, do you have sole physical custody?
I'm the custodial parent.
All right. Is he paying child support?
No.
Okay. Does he only have weekends and Wednesdays?
He has every other weekend.
Oh,
The thing about it.
okay.
Mhm.
Have you guys gone to court?
Yeah, we have, but even though we've gone to court,
Okay.
we're very cordial and we're very
All right.
like flexible.
So where's your dad at?
I don't know.
You got issues with men. And you got a boy you're raising?
Yeah.
He needs to go with his father. Like
Right.
tomorrow.
Right. Okay.
I mean, you said you were high school sweethearts, start dating, and then at 25, and just because you start making more, I mean, what does he do for a living? The father of
Who,
the
him?
child? His child's father?
He goes from job to job to job. So kind of like day, what is it called? Day work.
Day laborer?
Yeah, exactly.
And what do you do?
I'm an RN.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's been a day
I do
laborer. He's
hospice.
been a day laborer for how long?
Maybe like the past 10, 15 years. I'm not too sure.
So it was good enough.
I don't
It was good enough when you started dating him.
No,
And
like
it
I
was good
said,
enough to have a baby for.
Okay, see, and I'm gonna be honest
I
with
need
you.
to be. I mean, but he sounds like for 10 years, man. He's been doing this for a long time. Or was he not doing this back then?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm not really about like the money. Like for me, it was like a mindset thing. You know,
Well, great. If you're not
felt,
about the money, then why aren't you married to him and you working and he's staying at home with the son?
because the relationship just didn't work out. I mean, like
What?
my,
But you
like
left.
I was.
But you left. He didn't. You did.
Yes.
So you mean it
Yes.
didn't work out? You left. He didn't.
Yeah.
So it's not the
because, like I
relationship
said,
didn't work out. You said because you were going on to get your degree and he was doing something different. He didn't leave. You did.
Right, but then he stopped school. He didn't want to get a job.
But you
It
just
was
said it's
a
not.
mess.
But what? No, I can rewind it. 20 seconds ago, you said that you're not all about the money. You can't have no, ma'am, no, ma'am. That's what you said. You can't have both.
Okay.
You can no, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I need you to stop. Breathe and stop. You said that. I'm not all about the money. You said that.
Okay, can I say something?
If you admit you said that.
Yes, I
All
did
right.
say that, but
then you can't turn around and say he would not get a job if you're not all about the money.
Know that. But what I'm trying to say is like I can't be the only one working and he's not.
Well,
he had no ambition.
All right, but okay. So here's okay then, Miss RN, why were you opening your legs to him and giving him access to your womb? And bringing a life? No. Listen to the whole question. Why were you opening your legs, having unprotected sex, giving him access to your womb to bring a child into the world to a man who had no ambition? Why did you choose to allow that to happen?
Okay, the reason why I did that is because that was before I became an RN, and we both had
so it was okay. See how this goes? Remember I told you guys RNs and nurses? See how this goes? It was okay to bring a life into the world with an unambitious dude, but now you got a job title and making more money. Now he's here and you're here. I get it, ma'am. But I need you to understand something. You called in asking about how come you have a problem and issue accepting things from men, and I'm saying you got issues with men. Sound like you pick poorly and then you judge them for being poor. You didn't have to have a baby with this man. You could have had sex with him, but you chose to make a life. And you left him because of money. You can pretty it up, Bill. It's because of money.
Ambition, goals.
Money. You can pretty it up, but it's because of money.
Right.
So, due respect, stop trying to bullshit me and stop bullshitting yourself. You left it because of money. Because he was ambitious enough to make a baby with.
You're absolutely correct.
So, stay. and be the breadwinner. Let him be the house husband. That's what you chose
Okay.
to make a baby with.
Right. Okay. I know. But the thing is, what I'm trying to explain to you is that we're no longer together. I am dating someone else, and I've been dating them for a while, and I'm really happy.
What
But
do you
the
mean you've been
issue
dating for a
is,
while? How long?
it's going to be 3 years soon. Yeah. So,
Oh
but like,
gosh. And how many children does this person have?
he has 2 daughters.
From how many different women?
One, his ex-wife.
And why aren't
Very
you guys?
nice.
And you've been the guys have been dating for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been monogamously dating for 3 years?
No.
How long have you guys been?
I mean, yes, we have. I'm sorry. I
Why are you not married to
yes,
him?
we have been.
Why are you not married to him?
Okay. I'm going to be very transparent with you.
Oh Jesus!
Okay?
Just answer the first question.
No. Okay, so this is the reason why. It's not, you see all these things that you're talking about on your show, Fit, Feminine Friendly, how to interact with men.
Why are you not married to him?
Okay, because I had some personal issues I had to work on as far as how to, like you said, deal with
Yeah,
men.
like I said, you need therapy and to leave men alone because you have had one man for 6 years and found issue with him. Right or wrong, and now you're with this guy and you're still not with him. You need therapy and possibly just to be by yourself.
Right. All right.
I mean, what else do you want me to tell you, man? Because you're with somebody for 3 years. What's the end game for this relationship?
Well, the one thing that I could say is that, and I know you're gonna say,
what
let's just talk, but
is the end game for
the end game is marriage. We have discussed it. The end game
He has discussed
marriage.
marrying you.
Absolutely.
Has he asked you to marry him?
Of course not. No, then I wouldn't be calling it. No.
Do you want to marry him?
Absolutely. I love
But what's
him.
the holdup? You're how old again? 30 what?
39.
Okay. Almost 40 years old. What's the holdup?
I mean,
what's the holdup?
You know? Yeah.
What's the
I mean,
holdup?
I am hoping that, well, like
What's
I said,
the holdup?
we have looked at rings.
What's
I
the
can't say
holdup?
that much. He's holding it up. I don't know. But like I said,
What do you mean he's
looked at
holding
rings.
up? You discussed marriage. Was this before or after the orgasm?
I'm not answering that.
Oh, yes, you are, because you know doggone well, you've been with your 39, almost 40 years old. You're not a child. You have a child. And you
Yes.
got this child who has a father who's a day laborer. You got a guy with 2 kids over here, and you're sitting here giggling like a schoolgirl when I ask you what's the holdup, when all you need to do is go down to the court, the county courthouse, file, get married, and get the French toast on with your life.
I agree.
Then what's the holdup?
Well, he told me that I had some things that I had to work on and fix. So that's kind of like what.
And when did he tell you that?
When?
Mm-hmm.
He told me that we dated for 3 years, maybe 2 years ago.
And and why haven't you gone and fixed what he asked you to fix?
Okay, so
why haven't you gone and fixed what he asked you to fix?
So I am going to counseling.
When did you start?
And I started counseling about a year ago.
So a year ago. So 2 years ago, he asked you to go to counseling. You waited a year and then you went?
Yes, because
why'd you wait a year?
Denial, really. I'm just going to be 100%. Yeah. Like I didn't think I had anything
All
wrong.
right. Well, so you've been in counseling for a year. What's the holdup?
Maybe I should ask him. But like I said, I mean,
you got a boy out there, right?
Yes.
All right. You got a boy?
Yes.
13. It's not funny. You got a boy. with a father that doesn't sound too stable and a mother in this situation, it's time to grow up. Do you know this? Does this man truly want to marry you, or are you just hoping he wants to marry you?
No. Truly.
Then what's the
Truly.
hold up?
His kids are involved in my life.
Then what's
spend
the
time
hold
together.
up? That you know what a county courthouse is. All you need is 2 witnesses.
Right.
You're grown damn people. I mean, it sounds silly that I'm asking these simple questions, but you're 40.
Right.
Are you? I mean, a wedding ring and no. You got he's involved with your son. You're involved with his kids. What's the hold up, grown people?
Yeah. Well, I guess we have to have a little talk then, huh?
I guess so. Well, I mean, honestly, man, it doesn't really sound like you're ready to be married. Sounds like you sound like you love you sound like you're all right with the concept, but you got issues with men for sure.
Right.
And that's fine for you, but I'm concerned about the boy.
Why so?
Some of these people don't want to answer. They just want somebody to agree with their BS. 40 years old. I remember my grandmother was 40 years old, and I compare my grandmother at 40 and my mother at 40 to some of these 40-year-old women. Sound like children. Sound like children. And like I said, all that's fine, but where is, the boy? All right, man. We're gonna need at least 10 more people to throw 99 cents in there, man. We need $10 more, $10 more, $10 more, $10 more, $10 more, $10 more. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Bianca. $10 more, $10 more, $10 more. Hello. Goodness, how are you? What do you got for me? Oh, no. You're from yesterday? No. Nope. We already had your chance to call in. Well, go ahead, ma'am. I mean, all right, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay. I talked to you twice yesterday. All right. That's enough. Have a good day. $10. There we go. Yay. I don't know what is going on. You ready? You get your microphone on, Lizzie. She got on the Gazelles from 1986. Biggie, give me one more chance. Unmute yourself. Hello? What you got for me?
He would want to marry you.
How long would? Are you looking on? You on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I paused it.
Yeah. You need to shut that completely down.
Okay, I'm done.
How old are you?
23. I turned 23 last month.
Okay, so why are you asking me about high value men in marriage?
Because I've dated like a few older men, but like
hold on. You dated what?
A few older, not really dated, but I went on dates. And it seems like some are like super duper serious, and like some kind of like are just at the stage where they just kind of want to flaunt a younger person.
That still doesn't explain why you're. I mean, high value means more than just age and
Not necessarily age. I should have probably asked age wise.
So, do you want to get married? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
All right. Are you currently seeing someone seriously now?
No.
All right. 23.
Yes.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
Dress size?
0, almost a 1. I was a double 0, but I've gained a little bit of weight during quarantine.
All right.
I'm like a 0.
Where's your father?
Back in Africa.
All right. Why do you want to be married?
I don't want to be married right now, but I want to get married at some point to have like a life partnership.
What does that mean?
Like a life partner that enjoy life with, and be able to talk to, and just
So in other words, you have no idea what marriage is.
Not fully.
So why you came in here asking about a high value man and knowing when he's ready? Then I ask you if you want to be married. You say, well, no, not right now, but sometime in the future. Then I ask you, why do you want to be married? And you start talking about life partner. Ma'am, you're all over the place. Do you?
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry.
This is why I say some of you guys just need to get out of this high value. If you don't want to be a wife and have children, you want a life partner.
I mean, you want to settle down, have children, and you're going to raise your children as a partnership and not as like a single person.
All right. See. Problem is, ma'am.
Yes.
You're pretty headstrong.
I've heard that before.
By a dog. By a dog.
Oh, wow.
That's it. By a dog. You don't get to be headstrong. Talking about you want a life partner and you're going to plug it into some equation later on and have kids to just be, keychain ornaments. By a dog.
Not keychain ornaments. I think I probably worded it wrong.
No, ma'am. I know exactly what I'm hearing. I do this in real life. I know what I'm hearing. Get off of YouTube.
All right.
What's the longest relationship you've ever had?
I haven't taken a relationship super duper serious. I didn't start dating till later in life.
Exactly. And where's your dad? Africa?
Yes.
When was the last time you spoke to
him? A week ago.
Right. And who's helping you figure out how to sort and vet these men?
I have an older brother. I still speak to him about dating, but I didn't start dating until I was like 20 years old. Okay. So,
are you sexually active?
Right now, no.
Ma'am, young ladies, you guys are going through life like men are optional and accessories. What is a man's purpose in this world?
A man's purpose.
Mm-hmm. What are we here for?
To lead.
No, that's one thing. What's your purpose?
My purpose? To be a good compliment to someone. I think that's part of my purpose.
See, that's the thing. See, that's why I'm trying to get you to understand. You don't understand our roles. So when you came on to ask about high value, you're talking about something that's 100 steps down the line. You don't even understand the basics. And you keep watching YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go because you're here for attention.
I put it down.
Now I've already asked you. I've already told you 2 times. That's why I said you're headstrong. What did I tell you? Buy a dog. You don't pay it. I'm sorry, man, but I know what I'm reading. So,
A dog.
well, until you figure out what men are for. Young ladies, a lot of you think men are not toys. They're not puzzle pieces. They're sentient beings with hopes, dreams, desires. They have lives too. They have dreams and wishes, and they expect the women that they deal with to at least understand who they are. A lot of you women, like this young lady, you just want somebody to pay your bills or something like that. So I said, if you want something that's going to give you unconditional love, attention, not judge you, be happy to see you, miss you when you leave, buy a dog. All right, I'm going to get up out of here. No, I don't think she's not a troll. You guys always think people are trolls, but they're not always trolls. Here's the thing, though. So, going forward, here's what we're going to talk about. This whole tricking thing. Successful men will always spend money on women because they understand why women are there. If you're not on the successful, high value kind of side, you're in over here, do you, man. But women have a value inside and outside of the bedroom. But going forward, this conversation evolves tomorrow. We're going to talk about stop hiding value. Far too many of you guys are on the way to being high value men, and you really don't know the next critical steps to getting there. And one of the most critical steps is being around high value men or mentors, because somebody spotting you as a part of the group can turbocharge your process. You notice how when you ask somebody their rags to riches or their success story, there's usually somebody that gave them a break. That's why I said number 3, being a part of the group. Either you already a part of the group later on, but a lot of times early in life, somebody decides to call you up, say, here's my guy. Here's my Donnie Brasco. This is my guy. This is my junior. That's where a lot of young guys need to get in there and work your tail off. Ladies, for the women I'm talking about, the women who are really feminine, beautiful, inspirational, feminine, fit, friendly, this sitting at home, not doing anything crap has to go. You're going to have to stop hiding value. Men, stop hiding your value and your potential. Ladies, stop hiding your value. And a big part of the reason people hide value today is because we've had a lot of success shaming. Oh, you're over here peacocking. You're trying to make these people feel bad because you're over here. Forget that. If you're over here or up here, stop hiding your value. Stop dimming your colors, hiding your light, because people still aren't going to like you. There's nothing you can do. They're going to make people who don't like you. So you might as well be as bright as possible. Ladies need to stop hiding their value, and men, you need to start owning your value, declaring it, stepping into it, and moving that way. So that's what we're going to be talking about going forward. How to get into these things, moving forward. Because I've said it before and I will say it again. It's a process. We are all in process. Every 5 years, human beings should change or evolve. If you look back and you're doing the same stuff 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you're just standing in place, wasting time. Continue to push, continue to move. So that's where we're going with it. Thank you guys to everybody that showed up. I didn't see Ike tonight, but I do want to hit the song.
I am the king and will not be. I am the king and will not be the king and will not.
Tomorrow night, I will have Dr. Tarver on. The one, the only Dr. Tarver. She is a woman's empowerment coach. Yeah, your godfather is going to start having guest hosts, guest panelists to come over. They're going to have necessarily, she's actually somebody who she was referred to my page by somebody who said, you should watch this. And she said, admittedly, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, hell no. But then she said, I chilled out, I woosah. Then I went and asked some of the men who I knew were successful movers and shakers. And they're like, oh no, he's dead on. We watch him. So then she said she went back and started looking at it, not through women's eyes, but through men's eyes. She's going to be on the panel tomorrow because she's a pretty cool person. I actually, if you go on my YouTube, on my story over here on Instagram, you'll see a picture of me and her out at our first meeting. And I'll be speaking at her Women's Empowerment Conference in 2021. Over 1,000 women will be there. So guys, this thing is converging. This gender war thing, it's pretty much, I don't want to say it's over, but it's winding down. It's winding down. Now there'll be some people that are still sitting on the island like a Japanese soldier, guarding like, man, it's 1968. The war was over 23 years ago. We didn't get this code. What you gonna do? Because I said it before and I say it again. 80% of any one group wants to be with 80% of the other group. If we can start getting this, people who kind of are in the same ballpark to start being around one another, nature will take its course. That's what's gonna happen. So I got to get up out of here. The show ran a little long, guys. Going forward, the shows are going to be 2 hours. 2 hours. I may cut the music down in the beginning to about 10 minutes instead of 15. The monologue will go down to about 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, and then the call portion an hour. I want to get these down to 2 hours. So I'm going to need you guys' help to get the shows on format. So when you guys call in or whatever, we'll get there. We're going to build it as we fly it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Plenty of people are watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you join the fragrance minutes, the quick view kind of stuff. Guys, lots of things coming up. And yes, I will also once a week start having time that's going to just be free for all, where guys can call in too. But remember, you're going to need to make sure, man, I don't want to be talking to a dude in a do-rag and a wife beater. No, you need to get on camera and be dressed like you're going somewhere. Come on, man. Yeah, because you'd be real mad if you end up flashed up on YouTube like that. All right, man. Anyway, let me get up out of here. It's been good. It's been great. Get my music. Got a lot of stuff to do tonight. Shout out to the CIA. One love to the FBI. Until the next time, you know how we do it. Peace. We are gone. Throwing the yo, oh. And you say yo, baby, yo, baby, yo.
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong.
I'm pretty on my right, I'm pretty on my left.
It's not hard.
I'm so damn pretty, I can't stand myself. Ow, ow, ow. Thank you, guys. Let's wrap this thing up. Join me on Patreon. Support the movement, support this platform, support the show. It's the patrons that keep this thing moving. I am officially back off of vacation, and I got a crap ton of emails that I'm getting through, guys. It is so many emails. Getting them cleared out. So, up and going, probably by full force by the end of the week. Thank you to the patrons for making this thing possible. But more importantly, join me on Instagram. That's the frat room. Catch me live on Instagram, usually during the day. Thing is, when they're up, they're gone, they're gone. Instagram is a great way to get behind the scenes content. Go to email your show idea to info@bykevinsamuels.com or go to bykevinsamuels.com and book your one-on-one personal advice line, your virtual consult, or if you don't know which one, just book your customized hour. Here's the thing, guys. Respect my inbox. I'm also looking for writers. If you have a script for a mini-series, for a video idea, we're taking this thing to the next level. The mobile studio is ready to go. Guys, we are going to be doing some great things. I want to do this show, but I would also like to bring more of you guys into the process. So we're going to make our own media. We make it here. Here. We control our image here. You're part of that. Is there overtime tonight? No, thank you. Nope. No overtime tonight. I may just start doing overtimes maybe on Fridays, but I'll usually announce an overtime before it happens. Good night.